Hello, welcome back to Chat About It. Don't chat about it with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel already. I really couldn't do this without you. Listen, something very weird dropped the other day, and so I'm just making a very brief video about it, and I'm just going to do a screen share because it was a little bit odd. Like, why would you say something like this? And it was from Russell T. Davies. Take a look. Russell T. Davies, Off's fan favorite Doctor Who character. Okay. Doctor Who writer RTD has Oft, a fan favorite character, in a move that might upset viewers. Davies, who spearheaded the long-running science fiction show's revival in 2005, has returned as showrunner for what is expected to be multiple new seasons. The acclaimed first 2 seasons of the new era are now available to stream. Oh yes, because we need that shameless plug. Now, the new series is being led by Ncuti Gatwa, who made his debut at the end of a series of specials that welcome back former Time Lord star David Tennant. At the end of the specials, Tennant regenerated into Gatwa. No, he didn't. He bi-generated, which was absolute load of nonsense because it destroyed the canon of the show. But this being Doctor Who, fans were hopeful that Tennant might return one day in the future. I don't know about anyone else. I'm not going to answer for you. I don't want him to come back ever again. So, in many respects, this article, whilst it's a little bit strange, I don't mind. The reason why I don't want him back, and I just want to say this fairly, it's not actually me snubbing David as an actor. I just think that Doctor's become overused. Like a bit like Rose, it's time to put an end to it. According to Davis, though, Tennant will absolutely never come back, with the writer sharing an off-screen conclusion to his version of the character. For fans of Tennant's iteration of the character, it's sad news. I think he died, Davis told The Times. I'm going to start saying that. He went to Venice 2063 when the city sank, and he went into a whirlpool, which was really sad. Did he? Well, I suppose in your head canon that might have happened, but in my head canon, bi-generation also doesn't exist because you told us that canon should be what we really want it to be, right? So bi-generation doesn't exist. The David Tennant character, Doctor, has never essentially returned. It was a clean regeneration. Ncuti gets a fair start. David Tennant gets a fair ending as that Doctor. Oh, all good. Viewers, how do you feel about that? I mean, the Doctor, theoretically, when you don't actually remove the threats, should technically die at the end of his regenerations. That is what should happen, which is why I'm, resolute that it really should have ended with Peter Capaldi. Before anyone says, well, what about this doctor, and the double regeneration sort of thing that David Tennant did, so then Matt Smith became Doctor number 12 or something like that. Yeah, absolute load of rubbish. Even in the writing that we have now, that's not included in the canon. It's more of a soft canon thing. So yes, in RTD's head canon, he's saying that this version of the Doctor dies, but in theory that Doctor should bi-generate, shouldn't he? Into another version of Ncuti. So once again, this becomes I'm just trying to save face because I made a mess of the plot. Is that what's happening? I bet that's what's happening, actually. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. So he says, David is parked and retired, and it's all Ncuti's show now, genuinely. Not that David might be coming back. He's absolutely not coming back. In other words, you will actually want to say he's 100% gone, so then you can't bring him back because of your mess of the bi-generation. But you forget, you also said in your own head canon that all of the other doctors bi-generated, and Peter Davison even called you out on that one. He's also asked about Whittaker and Chibnall. After both Whittaker and Chibnall left, Fans claimed that the show was in need of saving when Davies signed on to return, and the writer has now addressed this belief. I know people were saying that, and it's not really fair for me to comment, but I loved Jodie. My friend Chibs was writing it. Excuse me, I read that bit wrong. He suggested that, this is great, public opinion of those series is more positive than what you would find online. Now, obviously, that's his opinion there, okay? I don't know if he's actually gone out into the community, into everyday public life, and actually asked people for these answers and actually done his own investigative journalism and counting. Who knows? Probably not. But he says he's never online. So, you know, he said that at San Diego actually. So, how would he know this unless his agent told him just what he wanted to hear? I think we're having to cope with an internet age in which fandom is very critical, but it's not public opinion. Why can't the fandom be critical? You come in, you change the whole entire premise of Doctor Who. People are going to be mad. It's like a version of 2.0 Star Wars. You know, when Kathleen Kennedy took over the helm and the Force became female, it's suddenly been like that with Doctor Who. Okay, so that's what he said. Now, what do you think about that? Do you agree with that? In your head, is that it? I mean, I'm glad that David Tennant is never coming back, but the thing is, because you left it so open-ended, never say never, right? I mean, his ending last time was more finite. I mean, and I'm not talking about the bi-generation, I'm talking about when he was Dr. 10. That was finite because it was a very clear transition from Tennant to Smith. There you go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Problem solved. You know, it's just ridiculous, like, how you are having to control the damage that you've made because you took the plot and you just completely blew it out of the water. So, the next episode of my RTD, The Mega Destroyer, is out later on today at 4 p.m. Be sure that you check that out because we are looking at the crimes that he has committed within the show. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Chat about it, don't shout about it. Like the video if you'd like to. Subscribe if you would like to. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.